think you might have run out. No big surprises. Let's get back and getting back to work again. Okay, do not roll on the roundabout. Oh, hey Jeremy! I messed that up. Yeah. Just... Good morning, welcome to the stream. How is your Saturday going? I have been relatively okay this week. Back to work after last week's disaster. I found an annoying little shortfall in the FS19 mechanics compared with FS17. With FS17, you could set a worker on a slurry or manure tank to refill from the cow yard, the pig yard, whatever. So you could refill from pig manure or pig slurry. But you could also refill from the BGA digestate tank. You cannot do that for 19. Now, one of the reasons I did that on 17 was I would be using digestate, so I didn't feel it was much of a cheat to put the worker on a refill from the BGA, set them to work, and have a tanker at the side of the field and basically say, there's another worker in the tanker that's running shuttle duties from the BGA to the field to refill the slurry applicator. Unfortunately, I can't do that for FS19, so we have to do the entire digestate spread manually. Now I can do it with a manure spreader from the cow yard or the pig yard, but I cannot do it from the BGA. Very annoying. What may be worth looking at is seeing if I can do it from an auxiliary BGA or digestate tank. Yeah, one of the mods. And saying, whoops, fold up. There we go. And seeing if that's a thing. Well, we've got a full tank here, so hopefully that's enough to do the rest of the field. I don't have any other work to be getting on with. So I think we can finish this field manually. And then nip over to that field just across the way. And get set up on that. Okay, nice shiny fields again. And where are we going? We are unfolding the contraption. Lower it and turn it on. Well, it looks about right, so off we go. And maybe not, off we go. Let's go round again. What is the time? Okay, we are approaching midday, and I actually pressed the go button that time, so I'm going to need to start thinking about lunch. How does that look? That actually looks like a good clean cover, so we're pretty much running between the headlands here. So I really haven't done much with slurry to figure out what's best. On law folds I used to run with a cultivator, so I could be cultivating in the oilseed radish while I'm applying the, again with the button not registering. Sorry, I was running with a cultivator, so I was doing two jobs at the same time. And I think towards the end of that, I went with the drip applicator, like we have on this one. Because wider working width, you can do the slurrying very quickly. And it doesn't really matter sending a cultivator around just after it. Or before it, but my cultivators were, my single-use cultivators were 12-meter working width, where the slurry tanks were only 6. So I just felt it was easier to do cultivate at 12-meter and then bring in the slurry unit with sort of 24-meter coverage. You could get the job done in much less time. But you can also not have a drip feed and just run it straight out of the back of the tank. I never used that method, and I don't know if that's any quicker, slower, more efficient use. I think this is good enough for this farming. It would be nice to have a bigger tank because the size of the fields are a little on the large side. And it would be nice to have a wider applicator because you could get it done quicker. But having a larger applicator means it's gonna be difficult getting around with the closeness of the hedges at the edges of the field. And that can be a bit tricky at times. I mean, we're still having issues with the edge of the map, and I get stuck on that a few times. At least with the variable feed fertilizer mod, if the tractor comes to a grinding halt because it's stuck on the edge of the map, you don't waste all of your fertilizer just sitting there. So, good things, bad things. It's, oh, we're nearly empty again. And all gone. So, back down to the truck. We should have a full load left in it just. There should be a lot of gunk on this road if realism was a thing. Oh, it's not a full tank. Okay. Well, no worries. I think we have enough to do the rest of the field. I may be wrong, but it would be nice if this is all we need. I mean, 14,000 litres and it's a tiny corner. Oh, and it also helps to lower the drip feed and go. Good concentration. Got that done. We did turn the pump off. No GPS available in this tractor, although it would be helpful at this stage. That or course play, but I don't have that loaded either. Good enough working width on this that 2 headlands is sufficient to not have problems with the edge of the field. So maybe these fake telephone poles, power lines or whatever. Ooh, actually managed to miss that one. Yay. Actually be 3 headlands because I went out and back. And go. Stop. I should change direction at this point. Because this is the longer, narrower edge. I'll have to turn around fewer times. So a little under 50% of a tank, I think. Well, maybe actually 50%. Good job. So, 50% done, and sufficient. So we have field 5 left to do. That will happen in next week's episode. We have our beacons on. We'll take this over to 5 and get set up. This time we know the truck's empty, so no need to stop for a fill there. cheat and try and drive through the hedge, but we'll do it the proper way. I think I'll probably set up at the entrance to the field, do half a headland because that's all we've got the digestate for. And here we are. Whee. And there we don't make it. Okay. Okay. A little bit of cheating, but close enough. We're going to need to get the herbicide tank out before the end of spring. Okay, let's take a look at that. That is fine. We will turn the beacons off, turn the engines off, and beam over to the truck. So, another run down to the BGA. 2 fields done, 1 to go. I don't think we have enough digestate left to do a contract with it. So if we do a fertilization contract, it'll have to be with the sprayer. But we did buy some liquid fertilizer this morning, game time last week episode. Zoom, okay. And we've chopped all the trees down for now, so I don't have any fields with trees out that I can cut down anymore. It's a bit of a shame because it's a good income, but there's only one small forest on this map. All the rest are big and cost lots of money. I'd like to concentrate on arable farming rather than logging for the most part. Logging is a good supplemental and brings income over the winter, although arable farming for the most part brings in income over the winter. And now we're stuck behind the Prius. Again, back to the BGA. So what was I talking about? I was talking about, good grief, the weeds are crazy. Definitely going to have to deal with the weeds. What were the contracts? We have fertilizing. Oh, we got a sowing contract on 27. I wonder what they want done. Oats. I would have to unload all of the fertilizer from our planter. But, fertilizing's easy. We could do that with Valtra. But when it comes to buying land, see, this was the forest we cut down. It's 85,000. I don't know about the edge of field 12. We could research that, but that's 151. There's not a lot of trees, but there's also land. This is another one, which 174, and then this one over here is 342. So a little bit on the edge of 41. Don't know what that looks like. What's that? Look at that. Oh, I was going to check. We do not have any crops. We sold them all. Eggs. Oh, okay, whatever. We don't have chickens, so we don't have eggs. So, back to the field with the truck. But the work is slowly happening. We are still only on the first day of spring. As I said, I think it rained last night, so the ground is a little bit damp, but we've gone past midday, so I hate this roundabout. Adverse camber and tipping over trucks. I will apologise for my steering. The problem is that my steering wheel setup is great for tractors and hopeless for trucks. Too large of a dead zone for some reason. I don't know whether that's built into the truck mod or what. But once I've got the truck straight, it's reasonably easy to control. It's still a little bit jerky. But, okay, that was the sawmill. Next one's my turn, so we'll follow the car. So, 2/3. So we got 2 fields done since midday. So I don't think this one will only take us about another hour. Alrighty, so here we are again. Unload that. And our little truck is full, so back that out and plant it along the road edge of the field for now, at least. Turn the engine off. Okay, back to the yard. Let's get this bit done. So we'll get all this put away, since, at least for the fields we currently own, we're done with the major field work, apart from the seeding. We could go fetch the seeder. Although it is a bit on the pricey, heavy side for this tractor. And it's in a bigger yard. I have totally failed on that, haven't I? Oh well. Let's try that one again. Come on, turn more. Thank you. I can't see a thing. There we go. We are through the gate. For the most part. Yay. So this is the reason I bought this tractor, is because of the four-wheel steering and the tightness of the yard and the size of the equipment. We're able to sneak a lot of bits of equipment into the various sheds that would be a lot more difficult. I can't do this with the big tractors that we have. The problem is when it comes to the seeder and potentially even this cultivator, this is much too light of a tractor to be able to cope with that, so we can have issues. Don't seem to be having too much problem, but I am going to have to run it all the way around the yard so I can reverse it in from the other direction. And here's the nice convenient back run, which didn't exist on 17. As we can there, and then that should gonna be interesting. Oh, that was the off button. I actually wanted the gear shift. There we go. So I'm kind of thinking on reflection, maybe a mid-size JCB Fast Track would possibly have been a better choice, and a little bit more multi-usable since... Oh, am I caught up on the edge of that? Yes, I am. A little bit more multi-function usage since it's got a larger engine and could double up for field work, which this thing definitely can't. Although there was a mod released on this tractor this week. I don't know what it looks like. Well, I know what it looks like. I don't know what its capabilities are. But it did suggest it comes with the 110 horsepower engine, which is not available on this in-game version. Okay, sneak that in there. That's done. And then get out. Go and get our weight. I will not subject you to me unloading barrels of liquids from a flatbed trailer, but that is what needs to be done. Which is why we want the weight on the back, because this thing just has nothing to counterbalance. But for now, it is midday on a Saturday in June. It's nice outside. Everybody go outside and have some fun. As for me, I'm done here, so I'm out of here. Have fun, everybody.